Listen, everybody, y'all forgive me for having a loose tie and a bad voice and all of that. I'm Sherman D. Manning. I've been in revival meeting all week long, and I preached my first service at my personal church, the church that I have founded by the grace of the good Lord. Yes, we can worship center on Friday, and so I got no voice left. But I wanted to update everybody, those who've been watching the progress of our new church, Yes, We Can Worship Center, and let you know that God is moving by His divine hand. It is almost 8 o'clock tonight, at night on Sunday night. I have attended three services today, and I'm en route to my fourth service as we speak. The Lord bless. This morning we gave Brother Jorge Gandaria an award at the Greater Hopewell Full Gospel Baptist Church. Pastor Pitchford and myself presented him with a surprise certificate and award for the great work that he's doing. And I think his mother Claudia ought to be very, very proud of that young man who has come from a mighty long way. The Lord has changed his life. And when I met him, he was lost. And the Lord has used me and made me instrumental in helping him to get his life together. And he's been a great help to me. He's my chief armor bearer. He is my friend. He is going to be a deacon in our church, and he has helped me in a great way to found this church. And so I thought it was ironic and amazing, quite frankly, that when we were given the building, he was with me when I got the call. And today he was with me. And let me say this to you. Normally, he works 10 at night to 6 in the morning. And normally on Sunday morning, he'll attend an 8 o'clock service with me, or if I'm preaching somewhere, he'll go to serve as chief armor bearer, etc. But normally that 11 o'clock service, he goes home. He said to me today, I think I should attend an 11 o'clock service with you also, just to thank God that we founded our church and had our first service last Friday night at 7 o'clock p.m. And it was amazing that he said that. So he went with me to Beacon Light, where my good friend, Gangster Stan, as I call him, his name is Pastor Stan Richard, is pastor. And out of nowhere, Pastor Stan called me down and began to speak things into my life and talk about how he had come over to a revival that I was preaching this week. And God used the word that I preached, which was, why did all of this happen to me? And he said that it spoke into his life. Pastor Stan said that what he appreciated about me was my sincerity and my authenticity. And so I graciously and humbly accept his compliments. And he talked about God using me to reach a generation that others can't reach because of what I've gone through. We'll talk about that some other time. But then Pastor Stan caught me by surprise and presented me with the first check that our church, Yes We Can Worship Center, has ever received. He said, I'm not going to give you $5 or $10, etc. He said, not even $20 or $50, but Pastor Stan, he does not pastor a mega church. He's not a rich man, but he is a good man, and he has a strong church and a strong ministry and a strong calling. He gave us $100 check, the first check that Yes We Can Worship Center has received. And I hope you understand how deep that is and how that has caused a shift in my spirit. I want to be quite frank with you and candid and tell you that most pastors are too busy trying to run their own churches to plant a seed into somebody else's ministry or somebody else's new church. So that meant everything to me. It could have been $10. It still would have meant a lot. And he said to me, Reverend Manning, you can make the check out to anybody you want to make it to. Make it to yourself. Take your chief armor bearer to dinner. Take your girlfriend out. Whatever you want to do. He said, I'm not even going to make it out. It's just for $100. And of course, I did the right thing, and I made the check out to our church. I don't know how well you can see it, and I'm doing this on my own. All of my people who do recordings, etc., are either sleeping in church, gone, or at work. So I'm trying my best to get this on camera. This is a $100 check from Pastor Stan Richard of the Beacon Light Church. And I thank God for Pastor Stan. Pastor Stan, if you're watching this amateur video shot by me, God bless you, man. Thank you so much. This has caused a shift. This is made out to Yes We Can. That's who I made it out to. That's where it's going to. And it's going to cause other people to give and help us build this real ministry. Because you're right, God has chosen me to do a certain kind of work. I want to reach out to gangbangers, those who've been incarcerated, to teach them that they don't have to have an incarcerated mind or an incarcerated spirit, that no matter how much the system has wronged them. And Lord knows there's a lot of men who've gone to prison for crimes they didn't commit. It started with Joseph in Genesis when he went to prison for an attempted rape that he didn't commit. And so these guys come out very often and they hold their heads down because we're on probation and we're on parole for things we didn't do. And they cripple us. But I want them to not be crippled psychologically or mentally and not to be crippled spiritually. So this is a special kind of ministry that has been birthed. And I ask you to join us. If you don't want to join the church, that's fine. Churches run off of visitors. Visit us every Friday night at 7 o'clock p.m. at 5857 South Central Avenue. That's 5857 South Central Avenue, Suite 180, located right behind the CVS drugstore, next door to Cricket, in between Cricket and the bank, Suite 180. Come every Friday night at 7 o'clock. We got out of here, got out of there this Friday at 8:15. The service was over. So it's like an hour of power. And after that, I counseled with some people who wanted to meet with me and who wanted to talk with me about things going on in their lives and in their families' lives and prisoners and guys who are incarcerated, etc. This is a special ministry that has been birthed. I thank God for Pastor Stan Richard. You're number one. Whatever this ministry does, and I know it's going to grow because it's God. As Pastor Stan says, if it's God's will, then it's God's bill. And so God laid it on his heart to give me a $100 bill today. And I thank God for him. Pray for Pastor Stan. Everybody out there, preachers, those of you who are going to support me, those of you who are going to send seeds, those of you who are not going to support me, just do me one favor. If you really know God, if you're sincere about your relationship with him, remember that the prayers of the righteous man availeth much. Pray for Sherman D. Manning. Ask God to use me in a mighty way to reach those who have been in trouble, those who are walking around with their heads down, those who feel like they have been victimized by the system, those who got locked up for stuff they did do and need a second chance. Help me to come up with resources to help them. Gang intervention, drug intervention, that's the hard work. This is a hard work God has given me to do. And he has birthed it in my belly. Every dream starts out with one believer. Yes, we can. Worship Center started out with me as a believer. And then God gave me Brother Jorge Gandaria. And God gave me Pastor Kenneth Pitchford. He gave me Chief Apostle Michael Rose. And now Pastor Stan Richard. Thank God for these men. God is a good God. He rules and super rules. Pastor Stan and Sister Lady Teresa, if you're watching, thank you. God bless.